going to learn how we can install the Docker Compose in our Docker host machine, and then we'll learn how we can create the Docker Compose YAML file. So I will create a dummy YAML Docker Compose YAML file, and we'll try to install try to create one Nginx container with the help of the Docker Compose YAML file. Okay, so how you can check Docker Compose install or not in your that machine? So command will be the docker that compose then version. So it's showing the Docker Compose command not found. So firstly, you need to download the Docker Compose binary. Then you need to provide the executable permission of that Docker Compose binary. So let me download this binary. The command will be the sudo curl. With the help of the curl, I'm going to download this binary from the GitHub Docker Compose release latest download compose version. Okay, and this binary I need to download inside the USR local bin and Docker Compose name. Okay, so I will be update this command inside the comment section or description section of this video. So firstly, I need to download this Docker Compose binary. So it downloaded. Then you need to provide the executable permission to this binary. The command will be the chmod plus execute permission. The location with the USR local bin and Docker Compose. Then you need to check it working or not with the help of Docker Compose. Then space version. So it's showing the Docker Compose install, and its version is version 2.29.7. So we are good in the part of the Docker Compose. So let me define how we can create a YAML file. Okay, so for YAML file, you need to create the file. Let me create one folder firstly. I create folder inside the MNT. The folder will be the compose folder. So I'm going inside this compose folder, and I'm going to create the YAML file. So file name should be the same docker dash compose dot YAML. So please remember the file name will be the same docker dash compose dot YAML. Okay. So in the docker dot compose dot YAML, firstly I need to take one editor. So suppose this editor I'm going to using for this video. So in the YAML file, docker compose YAML file, we need to define four things. First one is the version. Okay. The second one will be the services. Third one will be the volume, and fourth one will be the network. So these four things we need to define inside this YAML file. So these two things, version and service, will be the mandatory part. We need to define the version inside the Docker Compose file. This is the mandatory part, and also we need to define the at least one service under this service section. But the volumes and the network is the optional part. If we don't want to define the volumes and network, we are going to delete this section as well. Okay, so in the version section, what will be the version? So let me check inside the Google. Okay, Docker Compose version details. Okay, so it's showing the version will be the 2 and 3. So 3 version will be the latest version. Okay, compose file reference. Okay, so let me take the version here as a 3. Okay, now let's take the service section. So in the service section, you need to define any service name. The service name will be the only reference. Suppose I'm going to create the Nginx container in for this demo video. So here I will take service name as a web, or if you want you can take as nginx. It's only for the reference purpose. Okay, let me take as a web service. If you don't want, you can take as a nginx, or any name you can take here. So I'm going to take web here, then colon. So inside the service I need to define in the container name. So then container underscore name. Then what will the container name? I'm going to assign the container name as a nginx server. Okay, you can define any name, just like a docker command. You when you write when you start the docker container, then you define the hyphen name, then the container name. The same name we are going to define here. The name, container name will be the nginx server. Then you other mandatory part you need to define is the ports under this service section. The ports will be the ports, and then this, and let me define the ports as a 9090 is the host port, then colon 80 is the container port. Okay, then the next thing we need to define while we run the container using the docker run command is the nginx, that docker image. So we are using here image, and the image will be the nginx and its alpine tag. Okay, so this is a demo version for our docker compose file. Let me copy this section, and I'm going my docker machine. Here I'm going to create this docker compose.yaml file, and here I'm going to paste this content. Okay, let me save this file. Okay, so our docker compose file is ready. So firstly I'm going to show you how many containers running in my docker host. So there is no any container running right now. So I'm going to create a nginx container with the help of this docker compose YAML file. Let me read the content once again. Okay, docker. So this is our docker compose YAML file. Okay, so how you start the container with the help of this YAML files? The command will be the simple command will be the docker dash compose, then up, and then -d. So it started the container network component default, and container nginx started is showing. Okay, let me show you the container docker ps. So our nginx container is running, is using the nginx alpine image, and its name is the nginx that server is using the port number 9090. So same configuration which we did inside this configuration file, we using the 9090 is the host port, we using the nginx server is the container name, and we are using that nginx alpine. So when you hit this docker compose upd command, it will be read this file docker compose .yaml file, and inside this file, if any services you update, like you update to more container, so it will be read this file accordingly, it will be create the container. Okay, so this is a simple way you can write your YAML file, or you can write your docker compose file, and with this docker compose up command you can start your container. If you want to remove the container, this command will be very simple, docker compose. So in place of up you need to put the down, so it will be remove your container. Okay, let me check this one, docker ps. So no any container running container is there right now. So my dear friends, in this video you learn how you can install the docker compose binary, and how you can write the docker compose YAML file, and how you can start and stop the container using the docker compose file. If you have any suggestion, any doubt, please let me know inside the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching.